Hey guys, welcome back to that architecture show. It's Arda here, aka the Batman fan. Today I have decided to do something different, which was very spontaneous, but it's reviewing a movie. It's not completely reviewing a movie, so don't skip that, please. It's basically the idea that movie gives, and that movie is The Batman of 2022, which I just went, about 24 hours ago, and it was a motherfucking masterpiece. And I don't plan to do this kind of like movie review stuff a lot, and this is not regularly scheduled programming, hence why it is not on regular days, but it just light up something in me that I also wanted to talk about, but maybe just didn't know how to write the script. But it's a really good segue, and with using the Batman movie as its topic, it's incredible. So it's not quite a movie review, excuse the clickbaity title, it's more like the idea of it, so let's get right into it. So just very basically, for the people who don't know, The Batman is the 2022 Matt Reeves reboot of The Batman. It's a year 2 movie. I'm not gonna go into a lot of details because it might be boring for some of you. It's the second year of Batman. Robert Pattinson plays the Batman, Zoe Kravitz plays Catwoman, and Oswald Cobblepot is played by the great Colin Farrell, and Jeffrey Wright is in it. A lot of people, and Matt Reeves directs it, which is he directed, I don't know if you watched it, War of the Planet of the Apes and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which one of my favorite movies of all time. Love it. So that is the movie, and I'm not gonna get into a lot of details. You can just watch the film. Please watch the film, it's amazing, or you can just read the plot. So I want to talk about on a more of a filmmaking and creation level. The Batman draws inspiration from so many other films and so many other genres, not just comic book and blockbuster genre in those films. It also takes a lot of inspiration from movies like Seven and Zodiac, which director Matt Reeves doesn't deny that either. He says it is a lot of it's inspired from those kind of movies. The Riddler is inspired of the Zodiac Killer and John Doe from Seven. And the thing is, he's not afraid to say it, and nobody blames him for making a copy of those movies of Zodiac or Seven or Christopher Nolan Batman movies. Nobody's claiming that, and nobody's saying that, because it is not a copy of those films. He mixed all these elements. Yes, he took from Seven. Yes, he took from Zodiac. He took from 70s and 80s noir detective films. He took from Christopher Nolan's Batman. He took from everything. Yes, and he put them together. He mashed everything, and he created something, and he put his own spin to it, and he created something entirely new, something original. And he's not afraid to say it. We are so afraid that the ideas already exist, that the ideas have already been found or generated, and the styles and general themes are already out in the world. And because we're all like, oh, it's already done, I can't put my own twist on it, I can't make a better thing, I'm not gonna even try anything. And that is where the problem begins. But the Batman and Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson and everyone in that film, everyone who worked in that film, shows us that is not the case. It shows that a film can draw inspiration from his predecessors, like Christopher Nolan's Batman or Zack Snyder's Batman or whatever it is, and can take inspiration from other films. The film draws its inspiration from those movies, yes, but it is not one of those movies. Like, there is literally one scene, by the way, this is not a spoiler, there's literally one scene where investigators are in the Riddler's home, Riddler's base of operation, and there are literally thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of notebooks that are written. It's like diaries, and it's the same thing in John Doe and Seven. It's literally the same thing, but nobody says he copied it, and he doesn't say he didn't copy. He just took inspiration from them, and he puts his own spin on it. It is not the same kind of notebooks. It is not the same. It is something new that is inspired by it, yes, but it is something new. It takes everything from all those movies, from all those other elements, and puts them in a render, and bam, creates a fusion of something else. And he puts a little love on top of it, on his own spin, and creates something original and new and fresh out of it. It doesn't mean he's reinventing something. We're not reinventing something. When we're designing a building, we are not reinventing something or creating something in a totally new, original, entirely new way. No, but in that specific subject, he creates something new. I hope it makes sense. Did I say that? We should be more open to the idea of taking the elements that we enjoy from other projects and stuff and mixing them together and putting our own spin to it and creating new something out of them, because it is a part of ourselves then, just sprinkling a little love on top of them. Because also the question is that too, right? Like, how did the big architects really big? Like, how did the star architects, don't like the word, star architects become really star architects? They did the same thing. They had so many inspirations. Like, take a look at Bjarke. He took inspiration from architects, but he took also inspiration from Lego, and he created something new out of it. It was his way of doing that thing. Was the modular thing something new? No, he put his own spin to it. He did the same thing, but it is his, it is new, it is something else. It's a lot like music, which is maybe the easiest example in this kind of a situation, or film too. There are no new chords, there are no new stuff. Like, it has already been created, it has already been found. And all that stuff that exists for us, for the creators, it is for us to use, put together in a new, fresh way and experiment with them. So we can create something for ourselves, something a part of ourselves. And the idea is you're taking all the things that you love, yes, and create something out of it. The fact that you're using your own personal touch to create something that you enjoy really, is an incredible way to create something. It is a super respectable way too. Just a quick example. All Along the Watchtower, one of the most famous songs of Bob Dylan. Yes, it was written by Bob Dylan. Yes, the original was from Bob Dylan, All Along the Watchtower. What did Hendrix do? He took it, he listened to it, he liked it, he took inspiration from his heroes, he put his own personal little spin to it, he poured a bit of love on top of it, and bam, created something new, a hit. So the thing is, why are we so afraid to take inspiration from all of it? And why are we so afraid that we're gonna lose our originality or something like that? Why are we afraid to admit that we've took inspiration from them? And why are we judging people who do this, succeed in creating something, and we create stuff too? So support them. Go support them, man. Don't be like an ass. Now, this is more of a rant than I thought it would be, honestly, but which is still not bad because I plan to do it anyways. But yeah, the idea is support your fellow creators and don't be an ass to them. Don't be afraid to take inspiration from others, and don't be afraid to admit that. It is you, it is your history, it is who you are. Mix them however you like it, put your love on top of it, and don't be afraid of doing that. It's another thing, just like me with this channel. Is it something new? The concept is new? No, it's not. There are a lot of let's show it better. I took inspiration from them. Upstairs, took inspiration from that. 30x40 design workshop, took inspiration from him. I took inspiration from them, I learned from them. I learned from my bosses at my office. I learned from my professors, I learned from my friends, I learned from unrelated stuff, I learned from Batman and everything. I took the inspiration from all of them and I created this. I put my own spin to it, I put my own funky touch to it. So am I copying others? No, I'm not. I'm creating something new out of it, and I'm not afraid to admit that I took inspiration from other people. Just be chill and don't be an ass, and if you want to create something and take inspiration from something, just admit it. It's not that bad. It's not bad at all, and it's okay. It's even better that you create that. Then you can show your love to it, and you can show your inspiration and show respect to them. So don't be an ass. Support one another. Go see The Batman. It was a pretty good movie, cool background too. And I would have loved to say that this movie is sponsored by Warner Bros. Or The Batman, or Matt Reeves just called me and said, yo, man, you want to make this kind of a video? Or Robert Patty called me and said, I would have loved to say that, but no, unfortunately not. That is a hell of a long way to go. But still, if Warner Bros. If Matt Reeves or anyone see this video, just contact me. Thank you. But yeah, other than that, just be supportive to each other and don't be afraid to admit that. And we're back to regularly scheduled programming. So till next video, later.